Hello, Masterminds Podcast. Here I am for another episode with Pam on, a topic that I'm really passionate about. Before we begin, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead, click the subscribe button and click the notification button as well. That way you can get notified whenever Brian and I are actually posting these videos. So let's get started. I want to speak to the people who are really starting from the bottom, right? Maybe you are someone who didn't come from a well-off family. Maybe you have a lot of trauma that you need to heal. You are literally creating something from scratch, and it feels really challenging and really difficult because you are healing multiple things at one time. Not only do you need to physically create something from scratch in order to see the results like money or financial success or whatever abundance that you're seeking, even love is included. Also unconsciously healing so much on the back burner and under the surface that need to be healed in order for those physical things to come into reality. Step one would be obviously seeing that you are a visionary and you want more for your life, and you see a vision that maybe your friends and family cannot see. And that alone, that process alone is excruciating because you feel like you have to leave them behind, right? You feel like you have to leave your family behind, maybe either physically or emotionally for the time being, in order for you to step away and actually heal some of those generational curses and trauma, to actually rewire the deep programming that is inside of your mind, layers deep within your unconscious. Right? And that process alone feels lonely, right? You have to go through this isolation period where, the people that you grew up with, or the people that took care of you, or the people who raised you, don't quite see your vision and think that you are leaving them behind, right? And then you are somewhere in this in-between state where you're not really who you were before, right? You're in the process of letting that version of yourself go, but you're also not at the goal and the vision that you have for yourself. So you tend to feel isolated. You tend to feel lonely. And that process could take years. It could take years because you're planting seeds and you're planting them. You want to make sure that you plant them so deep in the roots, right? That the roots grow so deep so whatever comes your way, you're not swayed to go back to the old version of yourself. And that process of those roots being formed is going to take some time, right? And that time depends on each person. It depends how much karma you have to clear, how much rewiring you have to go through unconsciously, abandonment issues, insecurities, fear, anxiety. You have to heal all of that to start seeing what you are envisioning into your reality. Step one is going through the process of saying, I see the vision and now my heart aches because I have to detach in some way from the people that don't see the vision. Right? And then step two is going through that planting phase, making sure that you are working consistently during that planting phase. It's really easy to say, I'm not seeing results, I'm not seeing progress. What is the point? Even myself, I've gone through, these thoughts where it's like, okay, like how deep do these roots need to be? How deep do these roots need to be? And if you are really creating something from out of your imagination, right? Which it starts with your imagination, and then you work consistently in the physical reality to make that imagination and that vision come true. But if you have a really big vision and you are starting from nothing, right? We're talking about maybe financially you're starting from nothing, right? You're growing it from scratch. It seems like it's not worth it. Like you don't want to wake up in the morning and continue. That what is the point of these goals? And when these thoughts come in my head and I think, okay, like, what if I do just go back to my old life? And that alone, I don't feel I resonate with that anymore. So it's this weird feeling, this in-between feeling of, I know that I can't go backwards because I'm not that person anymore, right? And that's maybe how you are feeling and what you're going through. And I believe that you are listening to this video for a reason, because I'm here to let you know that remember that your roots have to grow deep, and it's okay for you to go through that isolation period because you are creating from scratch, right? You are creating abundance and wealth from scratch, right? So this video is really for my people who are growing and creating from scratch. And I'm here to let you know that you just have to keep going, continue your consistent wins, continue doing your daily methods of operation, and surround yourself with people that you would like to learn from, right? So that's step 3, is remaining coachable throughout the whole process. It's really easy if you're doing this by yourself, even though you feel like you're isolated, right? And this can be contradicting, where it's like, okay, like you're going through the isolation period, but at the same time, you have to find people who are gonna water your seed. You have to find people who are gonna water your plants, right? Who are gonna tell you to keep going, who see your small progress, who see your small wins, right? Surround yourself with people who help you grow, give you constructive criticism. Be okay with someone telling you, hey, you need to work on this, and be coachable and be willing to take that advice and grow from that advice. Eventually your seeds will start to grow into tiny plants, and those tiny plants could shoot into a bamboo tree, which what took forever to put its roots can now spurt up in any moment and create momentum within your life. And so thank you so much for listening to this video. Thank you so much for being a part of Masterminds Podcast with Brian and Pam. We go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on IG Live at Masterminds with us. So go ahead and follow us on IG, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and go ahead and share this message with someone who needs to hear this message, because this is what this podcast is about. It's about sharing the vision. Here we are, Masterminds Podcast. See you guys on our next episode.